is agriculture, sustainable fashion, and the Black experience. Show of hands if y'all have heard a lecture or dove into this specific intersection. I just want to know. Yes. Yes. Okay, that's about 0.5%. I'm here for it. So again, I'm very big on context setting. It's important for folks to know that sustainability has been, again, manufactured to focus on the environment. And that's why I have to bring culture into this context, back into the landscape of what's happening, because the colonial climate crisis, folks are having sustainability conversations around the colonial climate crisis and not having these intersectional points. So we need to know that there's two big pieces here. One, that in the fashion space, Black rubrics for environmental sustainability is a pivotal point. And two, industrial white wealth creation was created from Black vanguardism in sustainable fashion and agriculture. So I know I don't have to lecture y'all on the impact of the cotton boom and the cotton industry and all of that, right? Right. What I want to talk about is indigo. A lot of people don't know that indigo, aka blue gold, is really what financed the transatlantic slave trade. The folks know that. It wasn't cotton. I see one hand.
You saying that it was the discovery of indigo?
It was the fact that you have folks in West Africa who were agriculturalists, but also fashion vanguards, growing indigo for contraceptive, for dyeing clothes, for beautification. They were sustainability experts. And that's what the colonizers came to West Africa to do and get wealthy from before cotton. So indigo essentially financed the transatlantic slave trade. And keeping in mind across the pond, right, riddled with famine and poverty and all the things that equal unsustainable, what you have is a communities. And remember, West Africa is a port, place geographically. Knowing that one of the main ways that we excelled in sustainability was through indigo growing, and that was us making our garments using indigo dye, praying over indigo, using indigo to really heal ourselves. That is sustainability, vanguardism, and expertism. So what you have are experts in farming and cultivating indigo for hair, for spiritual cleansing, for all of these sacred practices, and of course, indigo dyeing for clothing. And that became the largest commodity sold and traded on the West African coast before cotton, right? So when you have an incredible author, Catherine McKinley, who writes about how indigo was the hidden commodity of the slave trade, y'all tap into her again. Mwah, chef's kiss. She was not playing. Like, Afro-Indigenous people whose skills and knowledge were considered raw material and technology were forced on indigo farms that financed the cotton boom, that financed that financed the cotton boom, where fashion design and agriculture intellectual property started to get stolen and appropriated. So this is really, really, really an important foundational footprint for folks to know. Mahida, this quote, I like to call it ancestral DNA technology because it already is within us. It just needs to be reawakened. On my podcast, she said that quote, and I was like, hell yes. So just wanted to put that up there. Shout out to her. And so if we're looking at experts in agriculture, experts in fashion design, and why it was imperative for colonial takeover to use indigo within both of those spaces. It became very clear that that Black folks weren't enslaved. It was Black specialists, Black technologically advanced experts. Those are the folks who were enslaved. It wasn't just Black folks, right? And so if we see a snapshot of our sustainable fashion practices and, a snapshot of our sustainable practices and modalities, we begin to have this conversation about reclamation. And we can't have that conversation unless we really understand the ways in which we empired sustainable fashion throughout history. And just again, reminding y'all that sustainability is not taught, it's not marketed, it's not designed from this landscape of Black folks being vanguards in agriculture and sustainable fashion. And so what you have, if we're starting before colonial takeover, our sustainable fashion expertise did not begin after colonization. It was before colonization. So we have to be able to articulate that and always position ourselves at that level of expertise, right? So you have sophisticated apparel industry, indigo included, before enslavement, right? You have fabric industry, you have textile technology throughout the continent before 5000 BC, and you have all of this plant-based technology and ecosystems built all over the continent, right? So you have flax and linen in Egypt, and kente and silk and cotton in Ghana. You have raffia and bamboo in Cameroon. You have mud cloth in Mali. This was all called sustainable technology, even though it's not marketed to us like that.
Ms. Berger.
Yes.